to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 207, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode weekly and release it on all podcast services. So do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, and subscribing to the YouTube channel, the CFG channel, or go to our main website, confreaksgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. If you want to know more, or if you want to throw some ducats to support our podcast, just like Vicky G, sorry, and then Red Velvet, you can always become a VIP CFG Games member by going to the cfg.store for some extra goodies and content and so much more. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today I got my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
Whoa, what a week I have had. So, as Smitty may have, well, I guess y'all didn't hear the BTS, but I have a 2 PC setup now. Woohoo! She's beautiful. I love her. The new computer is named Lady Alcina. She's gorgeous. Yeah.
Who's Lady Alcina? Like, is that a reference to something?
I'm sure Nightmare is gonna yell at you in a moment. Yeah. So her name is Lady Alcina.
Right.
She is beautiful, and she goes great with RB. Her lights are rough for the moment. I don't know why. What happened? Oh, she turned off because I'm not using her. I'm getting confused. Which PC I'm on? I'm on the streaming PC. But yeah, so it's pretty great. I love it. The KVM switch setup was kind of a nightmare for Adam because he said, "Don't worry, hon. I'll get under the desk," because I'd been building for 6 hours straight. And he was like, "Yeah, you're done. Like you have back surgery in like a week. So how about I get under the desk?" And I'm like, honestly, sitting kind of feels better. But if that's what you want to do, go for it. So I was nope, no monitors are on. Nope. One turned on. Wait. Oh, never mind. It's gone. So we did that for about an hour and a half, and we got it working. So I have 3 monitors, I have 2 PCs, and I have a little button to switch between them. It was pretty great. I love it. Played a lot of games this week. Had a disappointment, though. I'm sure you guys have remembered. I believe Smitty played it with us before, Project Playtime, which is a sub game of Poppy Playtime, right?
You played it?
We were going to, however, they changed things. So before you could invite people from your Steam friends to join in, and then you would just kick the randos that joined in because you couldn't do like a private game, right? That doesn't even exist anymore. Now there's a button for a private game, but it's totally grayed out. The only way to play with your friends, and it's kind of a big is if you all change your Steam download to a different country and all do it together. So like you all pick Iceland, and then hopefully you get in a game together. I was like, this, and you don't even have control of who's in the lobby because it's not your lobby either now. So it's kind of silly. Yeah. So they did a lot of updates, and then guys, I'm gonna have to tell you, I don't like that one. So rude, but I did play Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, and I will tell you this. I'm loving it. It's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. Nice. It's very atmospheric, and you get very. At this point, I'm a scary game connoisseur, right? I can tell when things are about to happen. Nay, not anymore. Not in this game. And I thought maybe it's just me. Maybe I've been out of the game. So I played Don't Scream by myself. I played 7 rounds. I won every round because I was like, oh, someone's gonna pop out. Boom, they'd pop out. Okay, keep going. Oh. Something else gonna happen. Boom, something else happened. You know, I'm really good at anticipating it. Not in this game. It's different, and I like it. So I haven't gotten to the big bad yet, and I'm very excited to do that. So maybe tonight / maybe tomorrow I will jump on and play. So there you go. I had a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
My legs hurt though for building. My knees are all bruised. I have carpet burn. I'm like, I was wearing pants. How did I get carpet burn? I hate this carpet. I also took the red rug out. Guys, for your own safety, don't stare at my carpet. It makes you dizzy. I don't know what it is. It's the braiding. So I'm gonna have to work on putting something back there because I hated the red carpet.
I hated the red carpet too.
No, I liked the red carpet. I just couldn't vacuum it.
Well, I didn't like it because every time because your hair and then like it just made you just too red when you were recording sometimes, and I was just like, I like this. Yep. I like this better though. This does look a lot better and nicer.
Well, you can't see the carpet currently the way that Davis has the camera framed, anyways.
Yeah.
But in my regular streaming setup, you can. So I don't know. Maybe I get some of them little fuzzy rugs that I have on my couch currently because they're at TJ Maxx and they're cheap. And if Opie rips them, I don't care. But at least I can pick them up and wash them versus that big one. I couldn't vacuum it. My vacuum would get stuck. And so I my little arms, I couldn't do it.
So did you throw it away?
It's downstairs. I'm deciding if I'm going
to throw it away.
Opie dug through it in a couple places, so I think I'm going to.
It's time to say goodbye to that. To retire it. I'm sorry.
It's been a year.
There you go. Hey, but Lex.
Yeah.
Do you know who is training to become the Ocarina champion?
I do. His name is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
Oh, we just chilling. It has been another week. A little under the weather. The girls are still, I don't know if this is round 2, if it's the weather. It's been super rainy. It's been cold out here. So we've just been kind of getting by. Game-wise, though, I've been playing, obviously, the Sea of Thieves. Freaking Skull and Bones open beta is out now, which I'm kind of like, meh, it's okay. I definitely can't see myself paying $60 for a live service game. Like, this game is $60, bro. It's $60, bro.
The balls of Ubisoft to charge the $60 for that game.
I'm sorry. What? Yeah. Is it open world?
It's open world and it's a live service game.
No.
Yeah, so like I don't know.
Absolutely not. Yeah. I thought this game was going to be like $30 or something. Are you kidding me?
40 at the moment.
Stop, baby.
I'm sorry. I played Dreamlight Valley, and I just bought a DLC. I bought it twice, technically 3 times. But I don't want to talk about it. Nightmare. A Rift in Time was $26.99, but because I know that how much content I get just out of the base game, and that the DLC is gonna have multiple updates, okay, but like you haven't shown me anything. You guys have promised a lot, and I haven't seen anything. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, they've been showing stuff. They've been showing stuff, and there was a closed beta not too long ago. Again, I haven't gotten super deep into the game. I just don't like. For me personally, and again, it's an MMO as well. So like, there's other people all over the place. My big thing is that majority of the stuff that happens is on the water. There's no land battling that I've seen so far. So it's all your ship. It's all ship battles.
It's warships that worship a gotcha game.
Basically, that's kind of what it reminds me of.
So wait. So there is land. Are you able to get off and go to said land and explore? You can't battle on the land.
So there are ports, but they're very like it's not just open. Like you can walk around on this island. There's defined paths. That's the thing. The world is basically the water. Like even like when you're like going and like getting resources, you like chop trees and do like there's a whole mechanic, but it's all done from the ship. You don't even like you don't physically get out, even though you have the thing. So think of it as it's basically like it's almost like not survival crafting, but like MMO, but your main vehicle is the world that's how you explore the world is basically.
Well, I got some good news and I got some bad news for you, Smitty. The good news is it is not $60.
Oh really? I thought it was.
The bad news is it's $70.
It's 70. My bad. It's a premium. Is that premium?
That's not.
Lord.
That's the standard edition. It's $69.99.
Golly. I thought that had to have been like an enhanced version. Nope. I did not realize that was the base. That's insane.
Standard edition.
That's insane. Yeah, Dave. You mean the lazy saw cutting trees? Yeah, dude. It's just, okay, I'm sure there's people that will enjoy it, but it is not what I thought it was going to be.
Okay, you know me though, Smitty, because I've been talking about this game for years, literally for years, and I was hyped for this game when it was announced. But like, I think I said something about it like literally 2 or 3 years ago, and I was just like, I can't wait for this game to come out. But when it finally came out and I saw what it was, I was just like, I just don't care anymore. I lost my interest. Is this something?
Show them on land.
Well, yeah, but
you can go on land.
That's just an aspect of it, but the main point, the main part of it is the sea. You're fighting on these ship battles. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So. But
which that's great, and like that stuff is fine and whatnot, and like there's different areas, and the world is big. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know how big the world is, but again, it's similar to other games where, and there is a story that's going down, but like a lot of the missions are just go here, fetch this, go here,
quest. No,
kill this ship. Escort this ship to this location.
Okay, so let's say someone was playing. Let's say someone that's been constantly playing Sea of Thieves, and then they wanted to play Skull and Bones. Would you feel like they're getting more, or they're getting less of what they?
I feel like they would be getting less.
Okay, so
I feel like they would be getting less because there's land stuff. You have weapons, and I don't know. I'm still pretty early in the game, but I don't see anything even remotely close to being able to get a handheld weapon. There hasn't been an island that I haven't been on that there was any kind of aggressive fauna or people. It's literally a vendor. You have a cache. There's a thing that you can light to like give you a stat boost for your ship. And then, there's a leader of this location. So it just, I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely not worth $70. I can tell you that right now.
Oh my God. Anyway,
absolutely not.
Unfortunately. Hey, but the best way to play it is play it right now, guys. So if you want to try out Skull and Bones, try out the open beta. See for yourself. Free 99, bro. You can't get any better than that. That's fun.
Yeah. Oh. It's been good. And then a little bit of Midnight Suns as well. I'm working my way through that too. And I got a little bit of Power World in as well. I remember how we were talking about our stuff getting deleted and whatnot. Yeah. So I made a new chest and I said, Smitty shit, don't fuck with it. Something to that effect, literally.
And then someone took it. No,
I don't know. I hope not. Okay, I just did it last night.
A little bit. Okay,
I just did it last night. Yeah. Well, at our lava base, everything was starving. There was no food.
Everything was starving.
It wasn't taken out of the thing, so I went and I filled up the things and whatnot.
Oh no!
As well, yeah.
Y'all are
if you don't have penguins, they don't put it in the box usually.
Well, there's nothing there to water the farms that are there either.
Oh, you gotta have water people. Scoot.
There wasn't a single water person
there. I didn't
do
it. Oh,
it was not me.
Y'all are
not me.
Y'all are terrible people, and y'all should feel bad. But anyway,
I fed them. It wasn't even me. I'm the one that got them right.
What have you been doing, Davis?
Oh man. But anyways, yeah, I've been doing going good. I've been really, really busy. I haven't been able to stream a lot as of this week, but I did do the Final Fantasy stream. Which was nice. which was fun. Only 20 minutes long, but it was an interesting stream itself.
I'm sorry, you did a 20-minute stream?
No, the state of play was 20 minutes. I probably did like an hour.
I gotcha.
Yeah. I probably did like about an hour of it, but it was a good one. Then I also was playing some more Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and that is Been loving that game as of late. Just finally finished up got to the end game, which was what I was working on just to see how good the end game was, and it was good. I mean, it's a good game. So I'm going to do my write up review and then hopefully do the video review. Want to release it this week and see what's going to go on with that. So, So then, I really just need to get back on Final Fantasy 15. That's just what the game.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to. I need to finish it. This is the last Final Fantasy I have never beaten, but just. I don't like just chugging along on the game when I just lose my interest on it, but for some reason 15 is just like, it's not, the game isn't bad. It's just, I just don't care, like the story, it doesn't like encapsulate me as much as like,
it's kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Like how
it's kind of just like, meh.
Yeah, it's like just like the style of it is good, is good enough, but just a bunch of, I usually just call them dude bros. They're just a bunch of dude bros just going and traveling all over the place and just camping and doing all these different kinds of stuff. They're part of, they're refugees of a nation that doesn't exist anymore. But I just don't care. I'm trying to care. I really am trying to care, and I'm trying to play and then trying to beat it. But it just makes it kind of really weird that when I'm just playing it, I'm just feeling like I'm going through the motions, and I hate that. I really, really hate that, especially for an RPG, because you just take so much, you put so much time into them, and you're wanting to be in be involved with the story itself, but just this one just doesn't click with me.
I found myself just being like, I just want to finish the game. I'm just trying to finish the game. I have no real connection to the characters. I completely agree with you. Again, I thought it was a fun game. The mechanics were great, all that stuff. The story just did not resonate with me.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because people watched me torment myself on 13. People know I hate 13 with a passion. And then 12, and then I gave 12 another shot. I beat 12 with no problems. And I was like, yeah, let's go on. I was driven to beat it, but this one, it's like quicksand. I don't even know why, but yeah. But no, I'm going to try to finish it. I need to finish it. And hopefully if I have time to finish Intergrade, because I still haven't finished Final Fantasy 7 Intergrade yet. Either. So
oh, really?
Try that. Yeah.
I crank through that, dude.
It's not that long. It's not.
It's not. No.
Yeah, it's only 4 hours. No,
it's not
right?
very long.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's pretty short.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a good interstitial though.
Yeah. So I'm gonna definitely want to play that too before Rebirth comes out. Rebirth, I've always, I don't know if y'all know about me either. I don't like the original Final Fantasy VII. I think Final Fantasy VII is overrated personally, but this version of Final Fantasy VII is way better than what the original one was, in my opinion. I can get into it for a while, but I'm not. Let's go. But anyways, don't give me that look. Don't give me that judgmental look, Smitty. How dare you? But anyways, but let's go. But I know y'all don't want to talk about my reasoning on why I hate the OG 7. So let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games for the previous week. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch, YouTube, and on Kick to be a part of the conversation itself. So if there's something that you're wanting to chime in about on whatever we talk about, we encourage you to type it inside the chat. We would love to discuss it with you and have a nice, awesome discussion with us gamers. So let's get down to it. I will go first. I know I didn't really say who does what, but I'll go first. Originally there was just so much gaming news. I was thinking oh, I don't know what to choose from. There was just a lot. Yeah. And I decided to choose none of them, but because I got a message on my Discord, on our CFG Discord, asking me about what I thought about Xbox. Because so here's the gist of it. And mind you, before we get into it, I want to let y'all know this is just an opinion. This is opinionated. This is not an official thing that Microsoft is doing. It's just something that was posted that people are talking about on the post because of a situation of a tweet that happened earlier in the week. But so this is just my opinion on what it could be. So this is just like a theoretical for right now. So just letting you know. Rumors, yeah. So there are rumors about Microsoft wanting having plans to move some games of their gaming library or their exclusive games, quote unquote exclusive games, to other consoles, to Nintendo Switch, to the PlayStation 5, and so on and so forth. Because so people like saying, like earlier in the week, people were like saying, oh, Starfield might be going to PS5 and doing all this other stuff and so on and so forth. It may not. I don't think it will, because they paid this they bought this company, so they didn't want it to be on the PlayStation originally. Right. So I doubt Starfield's in the mix of it. But however, games like Gears of War, the new Indiana Jones, Jones games, and some possible other games in the near future you could possibly see on other systems. There's also rumors that the game that came out last year, Hi-Fi Rush, was going to be on the Switch eventually too. So the people are like wondering, what the hell Xbox, like why is Xbox like thinking of or planning on doing this kind of pivot on their gaming with their gaming library, on opening it up to everybody and everything. Personally, I was like, you know what, it makes like if this is true, mind you, if this is true, I think it would make the most sense, because in my opinion, what happened was what Microsoft did was that they put their eggs in the basket of like a live service with Xbox, not Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass. They went all in on Xbox Game Pass a lot. Excuse me, to a point where people don't necessarily need an Xbox to play or enjoy their games. You could play it on PC. They announced that the day one games that were going to be on the console is also going to be day one on the PC, as well with Xbox Game Pass. They said that you could play your Xbox Game Pass on your phones. You could play it on your television. They could play it on your computer without a console. So naturally, they don't need a console anymore, in my towards all of this. Now, my biggest beef with all of this is the fact that and I have always said this since day one about this conversation about Xbox Game Pass, I don't see how they are getting money out of all of this, because the problem is that because Xbox Game Pass, just like Netflix, is giving giving flat out pieces of money and revenue for every game that's on that platform. So they do get a certain percentage back, just like I'd say like even better. I think it's like a movie theater. Like when you go to a movie theater, the movie theater doesn't get money from the theater ticket that they sold. They get it from concessions. They get it from the concessions and stuff like that. So the only time that they're going to get a lot more money and stuff is if they have more exclusive deals. We've seen throughout the history of Xbox One and the Xbox Series S and the Series X have had trouble struggling to increase that the exclusive side of stuff on games that were exclusively for that system. But however, they decided to go ham on buying how many studios, like a ton of different studios. So my theory is to make it all these moves all worthwhile. It makes sense for them to give it out to like Nintendo, to Sony, to a place like that doesn't have the same kind of infrastructure as Xbox Game Pass, to be like, hey, I don't have an Xbox Game Pass. I have a POS computer, but I do have a Switch. I want to play Hi-Fi Rush, so I will just flat out buy Hi-Fi Rush to get my money, and then that's direct like profit going to Microsoft themselves, to Microsoft itself. So I personally don't mind if they do something like that. I think if anything, if it's gonna improve, all that matters is that if they don't push on consoles or they don't push on the console side and they're focusing on just the games, so be it. Look at Sega. Sega was a console system for God knows how long, but now Sega is still in the frame of relevancy because they decided to say, we're done with making consoles, we're just focusing on games. What's wrong with Microsoft doing the same thing, in my opinion? Or better yet, still focus 100% on Xbox Game Pass, and then but at the same time, share the wealth and then give it to other platforms and still get their money for games that wouldn't be locked behind a console wall or a console wall, theoretically. So personally, I don't care. The thing that kind of stretching out these rumors was what Phil Spencer replied back on Twitter, because the way that he replied back, he didn't really do a confirm, or he essentially just said I can neither confirm or deny. Like, you know, he essentially, that was his reply back. He basically just said, we see you and we hear you. I will, and he will be doing, and then that was it. And then but he is going to be announcing something. They're going to be doing some sort of announcement later this week, after the release of this podcast, within the week of it coming out. So they just kind of adds more fuel to the fire of what is Xbox. I guess the big question is that there's no certainty on the direction of what Xbox is trying to do right now. And to me personally, okay. Now they could be the smartest kid in the room, or they could be the dumbest kid in the room on the fact that if they're putting their eggs in the basket of saying that most the big thing, the next big thing is going to be mobile gaming and stuff like that, and like cloud-based gaming and things like that, they're going to be ahead of the curve of everybody else in the future. But because of, like, you know, Nintendo's still been doing what Nintendo does, which is basically they go on the beat of their own drum, and then PlayStation, you know, just being PlayStation as well. Even the slowness of consoles that console selling, because I think Sony's only at 40 or 50 million sold, like only at the halfway mark to what the PS4 sold. They are still making a good amount of money back on their first party, the exclusive deals. Like the reason why you would decide to say, yes, I want to buy a PS5. So it's still there. Maybe not. So I don't know. So I just wanted to get y'all's opinion on like what you think about all of this.
Well, unless you've been living under a rock, the signs of this have been going for quite some time now from Microsoft. They've been making this play and slowly getting people used to the idea of, hey, we don't care where you play. We just want you here to play our games. I think people that have pretended, they've already conceded to the console wars. They've been in third for years, you know what I mean? And then you've got more people that are getting PCs. The mobile market, which again, I think is underrepresented, is huge in so many places. Not to mention in Europe, I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was the case against Apple, which there is a new regulation. Huh?
I think it was Candy Crush, wasn't it?
For what?
You said the game in Europe that you can remember. That was
no, not a game. It's a whole, like, basically regulations against Apple. They said that they can't operate to where other people can't have their own store. So that's something that we know is coming in Europe. Yeah, exactly. Is they're going to be hitting that mobile market over there, and it's only a matter of time before some sort of rules or regulations come over here in the States. South America's another big one as well, Asia and stuff like that. So it's coming, and you're exactly right, Davis. They said, you know what? We're done. We don't need consoles. We got all this. We're freaking Microsoft, baby. We don't need a console. We have built an ecosystem. You can play on your freaking fridge. You can play on your TV. You can play on your phone. You can play everywhere. They are 100% leading the pack when it comes to what the future of gaming is going to look like, is already starting to look like, and they're actually leading that space. It makes sense for them to say, you know what? We need to, and again, I'm not saying that this is happening. I don't think it's happening yet, but they are definitely working their way to where everybody, you can just get things on anything. We know Sony has bought into Microsoft in order to get into their infrastructure for online play and stuff like that. So to me, this is an inevitability, unfortunately, because again, with the Crunchyroll and Funimation thing, we're seeing that you could just lose access to digital things that you've purchased if there's some sort of migration or something like that. So that definitely makes people, and it should make you a lot more leery about buying digital assets, because they can go gone.
And that's what I'm worried about.
Like
like,
that.
I mean, like, well, I mean, I don't know if it's a, like, if I'm just saying that this though, like, Microsoft's gonna do Microsoft things. It's not like I'm not gonna cry or be harder at night, like harder to sleep at night, because Microsoft has literally a bottomless amount of money that's pumping into all of this. However, I just think that like I just feel though, I think that they're constantly, even though that they have the infrastructure, even though they have all of that in place, I just think that they would be losing a lot more money doing it the way that they are currently doing it now than diversifying it and then branching out options to do it. Because like for me, like for instance, I like to call myself an OG gamer, but like for me, I don't like the fact, I will never, unless it's a justifiable reason for me to say I need to buy this in a digital format, a fully digital format, I will buy it digitally. But 90% of the time, I'm going to look for a physical copy. I do not want to ever get physical. Like when it comes to like console games and stuff like that, I will always want to go physical for that because of the ridiculous horror stories that and the and the slight possibilities that could be in the near future, especially if DRM comes into effect, because that's just a matter of time when that goes into the deal. So that's why I will never do like a service like Xbox Game Pass and stuff like that, But and that's just on me. I'm not saying you're wrong if you're doing it that way. Because like I said, the most convenient thing for most Xbox owners is I got to get Game Pass. I mean, because it's not, and that's not a good thing. In my opinion, that's not a good thing, because I think the reason why you bought that system was you wanted to get something for an exclusive, but you can't, because there's nothing out there on that system unless you get it. So but at the same time though, I just think that the amount, like the moves that they did with the ridiculous, like, I mean, how much did they pay for Activision Blizzard? Like 40 something,
80 billion?
$80 billion on two studios. Then you also got Bethesda. Bethesda probably was like an $8 billion, and that was a FU to Sony. The reason why they bought that was because they didn't want it on Sony specifically. So you got that kind of money. You got Ninja Theory. You got all these other smaller studios and stuff like that. And I mean, like, you literally spend probably like $100 billion on just random studios. And then if you're going to put it in your infrastructure of Xbox Game Pass, I think that might not be enough to see to see profit back from those moves. And that's why I'm saying to diversify it.
And I think these are the first steps, though. I think they're positioning themselves, because it's the landscape has to change. You're 100% correct. It's not viable right now how their model is. Mm-hmm. I think over again, we're seeing all the setups, like things being set up to what of the eventuality of what they're doing is. This is just them moving pieces into place. We still don't see that bigger picture. And it's hard to tell, because it's like, again, they're a company. They can't just be running on negative forever. They just happen to have the overhead to be able to do so and put themselves long term in a better position for them, at least within the gaming division, as they see it. Consoles wasn't it. It just wasn't happening. And there was nothing that they could do, I believe, that would ever really position them to be a leader in that space. So why not take a step back, look at what you do have, where you do lead, and start moving forward and putting things in place there, to where by the time that is the basically the standard, who's leading the standard? Microsoft, Xbox, whatever you want to call it. So I think, there's a lot that has to change in order for it to work. And it is like we've talked about, there's going to be politics involved as well, because a big part of it is that mobile space too, because tapping into those mobile users is huge. It would be absolutely huge. So
yeah, but the mobile space is just weird. You can't really like mobile space is literally apples and oranges. It's like you can't cluster it together, because the mobile space runs differently than what the gaming space, the console or PC gamer is. Because the console PC gamer, they are expecting a complete at least I am expecting a complete game of some sort that's gonna end. Mobile gaming is basically generating constant money. Like the reason why they're releasing these games is to generate a constant flow of cash flow.
Look at Apple Arcade. That is completely against the grain. That is full ass fledged games for a subscription fee. What does that remind you of? Game Pass. That is Game Pass.
Yeah,
but then again, you're bringing it on a much larger scale. I think, like many other people, I think you underestimate the mobile market, and you see it as a separation of apples and oranges. But there's really no separation. Gaming is gaming. And that sector is getting bigger and bigger. And yes, there's a lot of cash grab games out there, but there's also a lot of legitimate games, and you're seeing a lot more legitimate games being ported over there. Look at Netflix games. Another one. Wait, did I just say that already? Did I already say Netflix games?
You didn't say Netflix games.
Oh, Netflix games is another one, a subscription, and their UI in terms of getting games is pretty lame. But like, dude, I've got the whole freaking GTA trilogy on my phone.
The difference is, though, with those kind of games, though, they're not being sold standalone. They're being sold as an included package because of the monthly deliverance that you're getting for the service. So like Apple Games itself is a monthly service, but like if you go to the Apple Store and then try to purchase those said games, you can't, because it's behind a monthly paywall, because that's the only way that they're going to be generating constant amount of money, and that's what they're doing. They're getting that money at a monthly rate. So that's how it's worth it for that. But I'm saying that, like, if you're trying to say you're going to try to buy a game specifically I'm not saying that there's no game out there that doesn't have an ending itself. I'm just saying that it's really tough in the mobile market to be successful for that kind of game to have it, like, a beginning, a middle, and an end, to be considered to be a success, even though but it's not constantly generating like microtransactions or extra cash flow and stuff like that. Like how open-ended RPG Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact, those are full-fledged story-driven games, but it is purposely does not have an ending. Because if they know that if they do have an ending, then they know that it's going to be finite, and then they're not going to be generating the $1 billion that it's gotten every year ever since its release, is what I'm saying. So like that's the kind of thing I was looking that I'm worried about. That's why it's actually kind of fun. Maybe it's just me being biased to mobile gaming. Actually, it definitely is, but I don't really see mobile gaming really as gaming, as full on gaming in the sense of a regular game.
And that's where you're mistaken, because there's a lot of people that are.
3 billion people are playing mobile games.
I'm not saying that they're fake gamers. I'm just saying that it's just a different beast in itself on how you have to approach it to make it be successful into it.
You can't have an ending per se. It's very much like Candy Crush, where there's constantly new levels coming out, things like that. But back to the core of what they were asking for your opinion. And again, this is rumors. We don't know if this is going to happen, but I agree. I think they are setting up their chessboard to knight that king and to set themselves up for the future. Because again, console wars, they are not number one, and that's okay. But I think it's a good, strategic wise, I think it's a good idea to not place your eggs all in one basket. Play wherever you want to play, right? That's basically what they're saying to us. Play wherever you want to play, as long as it's our games, right? And that's smart because other companies are buying into this. So I think it's only a good thing from there out. But again, this is all rumors. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You can buy GTA standalone, by the way.
Okay.
Different ones. Yep.
They just can't compete. They know they can't compete with the console wars anymore because of how far behind. Like, because they've just blatantly lost it. But however, it's like it's perfectly fine on if like saying like there is enough space of relevancy for everyone to be inside the gaming community. So like I can easily see them. So like if Microsoft decides to say, hey, we're going to be releasing Indiana Jones on the for Game Pass and on PS5. Okay, so be it. That's awesome. Or Blade, which is I'm wanting to play because I'm a huge Marvel nerd. I would love to play Blade, but I'm not going to buy it on an Xbox Game Pass or wouldn't want to get it on Game Pass. I would sure as hell pay money to play it too. I think that's only natural. Like you're just giving what you're giving the community, what you're giving the gaming community is another option. And that is perfectly all right. And I love and I'm and I'm perfectly fine. We've seen it with Sega. When Sega stopped making consoles after the Dreamcast, we didn't know what Sega was going to go do. But hey, that's been 25 years and they are still around. They're still doing these kind of special things. They still make Like a Dragon and all these different
Nintendo won though.
Things. Yeah. Nintendo did win. Nintendo won with nefarious hullabaloo, but yeah. So anyway, like that's that. I mean, it's cool. It's interesting to see what they're going to do, and I think that it's going like I personally am for it. It just if it whatever makes them better, sure. So be it. So we'll see. All right. Smitty, why don't you go with it? You're next. What do you bring to the table?
This is a pretty big deal if you haven't heard, but Disney and Epic Games have partnered up. They are basically going to make a metaverse within Fortnite using the Unreal Engine. That means all those beautiful, beautiful Disney IPs will be in some form or fashion within Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Avatar, whatever else they have. They're basically building a metaverse within there. Not only that, but they've also put in a $1.5 billion equity stake into Epic Games as well. That's huge. I don't know what percentage that gives them of Epic Games, but that is freaking huge. Bob Iger making moves, seeing the money that's out there in video games within that space and whatnot. I feel like this is a big flex on Disney's part in terms of them jumping into that space, utilizing the IPs that they have, and in the popularity of Fortnite. Dude, I can't think of a better marriage. And I feel like this has been because like Fortnite's used other IPs, within their game, I think, from Disney. So this is a partnership that
Marvel.
Marvel.
There's been
Star Wars.
Yeah, there's a lot.
This is something that I feel like has been in the works for a year. I think it's huge for Disney. I mean, they're talking about things like not only just like a multitude of different types of games, but think of it like a virtual Disney World is kind of the way that I envision what they're going to be building. There'll be shopping, there'll be, shows or movies or whatever you can watch. I think there's going to be all kinds of things that you can do. And I think the possibilities in terms of building something out like this is endless. Not only that, but this gives some strong backing and capital for Epic Games getting that Disney money and being able to partner up with this. This is huge. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are and, how you guys feel about these moves.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This only means good things for me. Okay. I wouldn't categorize myself as a Disney adult, but I'm pretty darn close. Okay. I've just never had the money to be a Disney
I don't know how you cannot classify yourself as a Disney adult.
Shut up, Davis. Davis, shut up. Davis, shut up. Just because it was my depression game. Okay. No, like this makes me so excited. I like Kingdom Hearts. I've always liked Kingdom Hearts. This is going to be a different entity, a different beast, and I'm very excited. When the first thing they throw up there is like Avatar. I don't care about Avatar. Give me a Wally game. I know.
Did you ever watch Avatar?
The blue people?
Watch Avatar.
I've watched it many times.
The whole series?
No,
the blue people? Or are you guys talking about the Airbender?
No.
No, it's not
Airbender.
The blue people.
Avatar.
Oh,
the blue people.
I've been thinking that was Airbender. I didn't even know that was a Disney thing.
It's fine. No. Are you not watching the screen, Goof? No, I wasn't. No, I would love to have, even if they're like short form games, like a Wally game, or where you can, I'm excited. Okay. I don't the possibilities are endless. You're basically saying, hey, Lex, we have a buffet for you. I'm going to murder this cat in a second. We have a buffet for you. You can pick whatever you want. And I would go, okay, say less. Give me a subscription service. I don't care. What do I have to pay to get into this? I'm excited. I'm so excited. This cat's about to die.
This is what I would suggest. I feel that this is something that Disney's been wanting to do forever. Because when you think about it, they've always tried to make worlds in the video games. Like, remember when they did, what was it called? What was the name of the toy line that they used to do? Was it called Infinity? A Disney Infinity or something?
Infinity. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of like what you remember Spyro, those toys originally. Disney did the same thing called Disney Infinity as well. And they wanted to do a world. They wanted to make. They also had like the little
a box, and you could put the little toys on top of it.
Yeah,
and it would do like story times. It would be super interactive. You could the kids could get on like their little leap pads and like connect them. Like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, it was.
And
it
was
thing.
Very smart.
It was just expensive, children, and it was just the problem is accessories. It's like you're buying toys, you have to buy add-ons and add-ons and add-ons
not
and toys,
just a toy, because it's also
and stuff like that. Yeah, but like my biggest so I think this is something that Disney's always wanting to do, and then what I've also noticed is that they're going to be dishing out that much money in a stake inside Epic, 1.something billion. I mean, I know that's probably like gas money to Disney. That I feel that they also wanted to have responsibility or their own kind of access to their own kind of gaming studio kind of thing, because for the longest of time they used to have their own gaming, but they realized it was just with up costs and all this other stuff, it wasn't cost effective for them to do it, so it was easier for them to branch to contract out, have other studios make the game, make said Disney games and stuff like Marvel Avengers and all these other ones and stuff like that to do stuff like that. So in a way, I'm just thinking that for them to be wanting to go all in the way that they decided to just throw all in, let alone not to only being a part of the Fortnite community, but they're also using with being a part of Epic themselves. In other words, their own personal game engine itself is going to be the going in cahoots
Separate.
with is incredible to me. I mean, it's just a good move. It's just an overall good move on Disney's behalf. So, I mean, I'm not as hyped. I mean, I'm not really hyped, I guess, but I just think it was I think it's a good direction that they're trying to go with to have all their IPs and stuff like that to be represented in a possible gaming world.
Well, and what I keep thinking, because I've been getting really into my VR lately. They could do so for the holiday seasons, Disneyland, Disney World are epic, obviously. Halloween, I've never gotten to go to Disneyland or Disney World during Halloween. That is my goal this year. I'm going. I don't care what it costs. But what if they did something with Epic through VR where you're in the park during them stop. Take my money. Okay.
Also, I found a report that said that the $1.5 billion stake gives them a 9% stake into the company.
Holy crap.
That's a pretty good chunk.
That's a good chunk.
That's a board seat. That's clearly that's a board seat, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
25 gives you 5 board spots.
That's
depending
wild.
on the company. But yeah, that's Hi, Mick. Yeah, that's crazy.
Man,
that is crazy.
You could go to the, especially think about it for the disabled community. Like if they set something up where you can visit in VR,
right.
Stop. And like
the possibilities
more
are
interactive. You could go to the parks and on your phone they could have little special epic tags that you scan with your phone, and like one of Mickey and friends is with you in the park giving you little clues to like the secret spot. Stop.
digital collectible items and skins that you can get for your avatar if you do certain quests or something like that. Like,
this is literally like
so much.
This was announced literally on.
To come up with ideas for what they should do.
This was announced on Wednesday, and y'all are like totally looking like.
I even stopped thinking
like,
about it.
In the future.
Yeah.
Like Disney, oh my God. I didn't know y'all were so hyped about. I didn't know you were
huge.
that.
I've been waiting. Cool. Again, I think this will be the closest, one of the closest to, I mean, obviously, technically Fortnite is a metaverse, much like Roblox, but this is much more refined and more adult, which is nice. And just the things, I mean, look at what they were able to do with the Game Awards and how you can go in and literally do voting on games within Fortnite. Like that was like, I'm here for all that stuff. That is the future of gaming, are these worlds that we can interact with and be a part of, that we don't even have to leave our home to be able to do real life things. Not only that, but think about all the digital stuff that they can utilize as incentive for people to go try things out or go do this, or we've got this event or whatever. It's going to be nuts, dude. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
No, I mean that's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, we'll see. So I guess it's just the best is yet to come, and we'll see what direction they're going to go with this. Man, I just can't believe it. It must be nice to be like, yeah, we're just going to spend a bill. We're going to own 10% of your company. And because we have ideas for it.
To them.
Like,
well, maybe not, because some of their movies haven't been.
Oh no, it is chump change.
Marvel's was fantastic. I watched it. It was great.
I watched it as well.
Can't wait for Madam Web either.
It was all right. It wasn't. Like,
it felt all right. It felt they were trying to force comedy in for absolutely no reason. Number one, Brie Larson isn't funny.
I know Brie Larson.
Why? Why are they trying?
Brie Larson was better in Captain Marvel, but yet you're right. She is a wet rag when it comes to like comedy and stuff.
Kamala Khan is the worst.
I love Kamala.
Kamala Khan was the best part of the movie, and then and then second to that was what's her name? The other Marvel,
Monica Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau. So but
it was good. I liked it.
Yeah. It was, you know what? It was all right, but it's like I will not be surprised that this is her last time being Captain Marvel, though. So we'll see.
How do they get rid of her?
Well, her not signing back. She's I mean, dude, it's like that was her last film that she could do. Like unless she re-signed the contract.
They're working.
Canonically, within their universe, how do you just be like, "Oh, Captain Marvel"? Just what? Who?
Dude, I don't know what the problem is. We don't know what their direction their universe is going. Is the problem?
That's true.
And then it out pretty good though.
And did you hear that Benedict Cumberbatch is not coming back as Doctor Strange? He's done. Yeah, he's done. He said he doesn't.
No, I did not hear about that.
Yeah, he's not coming back. So he's done.
They literally teased They teased him going places.
They said that they changing the Avengers thing because he said that Benedict Cumberbatch is not coming back as Doctor Strange. Like, because remember they originally were going to call it Avengers. They were going to originally call it like Avengers Kang Dynasty, but then they said, they're changing it. They're changing it because they're saying also that Benedict Cumberbatch isn't coming back. So. So
I did not know about that.
Why are you trying? It's Saturday, Davis. You don't have to break my heart on Saturdays. I don't know why.
It's not my fault. That's just what it is, man. It is what it is. You know what it is? It's like out with some. It's time for some opportunity. Bring back.
You just need to recast them then.
Bring back the X-Men and then we'll be fine. Yeah, just do be fine.
Coming up. If you didn't watch the Marvels, hello, where did Monica go?
Yeah, but that's a different. I like the fact
that I get it.
I like the what's it called? What's it? Kelsey Grammer? Is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah. That was actually pretty tight. Tight.
Well, not to mention here in April, X-Men 97 starts.
Yeah, no, I can't wait.
Freaking wait.
Can't wait. Be bringing it back. All right, Lex, why don't you close us out? What are you bringing to the table?
Turn. So I reposted this story on Twitter, but I had heard about it a couple days prior before this creator came out. So this is community news. So something interesting happened. Ruby Scoops Day. She was I'll read the tweet verbatim. So I'm sewing together an adorable little crochet project during my first makers and crafting category stream, when a first-time chatter tells me I'm about to be banned for sexual content and proceeds with a countdown in my chat. Thinking this was a troll, I laughed it off and kept sewing. Now, the name of this person in her chat was Lost No Home. Doesn't have anything in their name in front of it showing that they work for Twitch, that they have any credentials, right? So they say, hey, you're about to be banned for sexual content. Now, for context, she was making a crocheted penis. Okay, but that's not against Twitch community rules, so she can do that. It also, I don't believe at the time, was stuffed in any way. She was sewing it together, meaning it was a flat piece of fabric, and then she was sewing two sides together, right? So you can't technically see the shape of what it's going to be as of yet. They say, you're about to be banned for sexual content. One of her moderators responds, we don't know what that was. They said, no, I'm the MDO and I'm about to ban you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, mod blocks them. Seconds later, her whole stream is gone. And she's kind of laughing it off. Moderators are jumping into a voice chat with her. They're like, this can't be real. Something happened. Maybe they figured out my IP address, right? So she's thinking that this was a hack internally to her, not that this person worked for Twitch, because again, no credentials in their name, nothing. So my mods also believed that this was a troll, responded by banning them. In that same moment, I watched my chat go black, followed by an OBS prompt to enter my Twitch credentials, indicating that my account had been suspended. Wow. As someone who can't take anything seriously, I immediately hopped onto Discord. Me and my mods are cackling. We're discussing next moves. Like besties, I was crocheting live for almost 4 hours and got banned when I was 10 minutes from finishing. So again, this project not even finished. It doesn't fall under TOS, right? She can do that. Truthfully, I'm not shocked. However, I'm quite appalled with how this all happened. Was this a Twitch mod? If so, why were they using an alt account to taunt another account to ban them? This behavior was obviously unprofessional, and that is an understatement. If it wasn't a Twitch mod, then what happened here? How can one person without any identifying authority badges come into my stream, give me a countdown ban that happens in real time? Pretty sus. I will be appealing my ban today. After reviewing Twitch community guidelines, I confirmed that I, of course, did not break any rules under the category for which I was banned. She shows the actual finished item, blah, blah, blah. Update. The mod, quote unquote, offender has been suspended on Twitch and my account has been reactivated. However, my VOD was removed based on the swap in suspensions. I also would like to request that that be reinstated since community guidelines were never broken in the first place. Now, what the heck happened? Was this a Twitch mod using an alt account? Did they get hacked? Because it doesn't seem like Twitch is coming out and saying what happened here.
They never do.
Of course not. But I was curious what the heck you guys thought about it. And you guys in chat too. I'm sure Donk will have something fun to say.
Oh, he already did. But
the I can't say anything.
The whole thing is just the whole thing is like I just think that it's just kind of weird. But I mean, it's unfortunately to say it's freaking Twitch. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, they're not forthcoming on how bans work. They especially when situations, especially a super weird situation like this goes. I mean, there's nothing like, because I forgot the name of that one Korean. You remember that Korean streamer? They constantly got banned from Twitch, all the time. So. Yeah. Well, this is before.
No.
Oh, the one chick with the.
Yeah. The one that's really smart. Yeah. So I'm just saying.
I'm confused.
The chick with the big brain.
Yeah. Super brain, man. Like
below her chin.
Yeah. Yeah. But so I'm just saying that like that girl was randomly getting banned when she wasn't doing that kind of like she wasn't doing it doing it at all, but yet they didn't give her a reason, and then it cost her a lot of money because of the amount of money that she could have gotten from the revenue on because of it. I mean, it's Twitch. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, there's nothing is going to change out of any of this. The only thing is just going to be the unfortunate hassle. Like, you remember even us, I don't even think it's even Twitch, that was YouTube. Do you remember the time when we got banned? Like, we got a strike on the YouTube account because they were saying that we had like a nefarious something crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you got an actual strike on your channel?
It was going to be a strike until I protested it because I mean, it just they look into it. I mean, at least, well, I will say to YouTube, at least they apologized on it. I mean, they screwed up the VOD. I can't use the VOD at all for it, but like towards it, it's just, it is. I mean, unfortunately to say, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing else. Yeah. Nothing we could do or say that it's going to change for the better, because they're never going to change for the better. It's Twitch. I mean, come on. I mean, what do you think, Smitty?
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane that somebody, I mean, again, how does that happen? Who is this person? Is there going to be any kind of investigation?
Hell no.
Will we ever hear about said investigation? Nope. Stay tuned next week for the Game Cast.
More like stay tuned on never.
That means just keep coming back. You have to keep coming back till they tell us. Yeah, we'll never know. We'll never. They don't seem to be very transparent about that stuff. Again, if said streamer gets some form of communication, you know, they put it out there, but don't expect anything from Twitch to put anything about what that was. But if there's somebody that can go around that has that kind of power, like, there is something is clearly amiss. Either it's somebody, and especially the fact that they didn't even have a badge or anything like that. Like, I don't know how that would extend, even if you were somehow worked for Twitch and you're using an alt account, unless they're able to give their own account somehow the ability to do that. That sounds like some sort of weird hack.
But they said
something like that.
That's what Dust said.
Yeah, but they said that they got their account suspended. Or was it the account suspended? The account that did it got suspended, right?
Yes.
Right.
So Ruby's Poop Day got her whole Twitch account taken away, suspended. But it looked like it was indefinitely.
Oh, no, not Ruby. Not Ruby. I'm talking about the person that did it.
The person that did it, the cat's going absolutely bonkers. The person that did it also got suspended. But, like, is that their account? Do you mean their job was suspended? Like, for working for Twitch? Like, that could mean several things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's where I think, like, that's where we will never know. Yeah. It's like, I mean, unfortunately, that's where it's going to be like, okay, this is something that we'll never see. No, and then they're not. I mean, and Twitch is like, this is minuscule. This is not the stuff. We're not going to deal with this nonsense. This is unless it's like absolutely necessary, which it's not.
Yeah, it was just very interesting to see it. It was happening in real time on her stream, so it was kind of shocking for all of us.
That is kind of freaky, yeah.
Well, and it's like, obviously this is a troll, right? And the mods are taking action, like about to ban them, and the countdown is almost to 1, and then it's just all gone, and you get this person is in a different castle. So, it's just interesting because it could technically happen to any of us, right? Like we could be streaming, someone comes in, obviously we don't know them, first time chatter, and they're like, you're about to be banned for what? I don't know, but
yeah. Well, it says, Ravage says that it just sounds like a power trip Twitch mod, and yeah, it does sound like it sounds like one. But the problem is that usually when they're Twitch, well, they're not mods. I mean, that would be like to ban like an account off of Twitch. You would have to be like a part of Twitch, and usually those kind of people are labeled something special for that kind of deal. So I don't understand that.
They're still called mods, but they work for Twitch. But I've had them pop into my streams before, before COVID when I had numbers. But I've had them come in. They've always been very nice and professional. And, I joked like, "Oop, I better stop cussing." And they laughed. Nothing amiss. It was very odd and very interesting. I think it's a third-party hacker who hacked into someone's account. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but we'll never know because Twitch doesn't give us any info about it.
Well, you know what? All we can say is that you'll never have that problem if you were on Kick.
I've seen people get banned off Kick, which is interesting.
That is like okay. First off, I would love you. Got to tell me what you have to do to get banned on Kick. I mean, like seriously, because that is just that's impressive.
They were kind of talking trash about the Kick community, and then boop, they were gone. I was like, oh,
yeah, okay. That's like, yeah, you know what? If like we're just waiting for Truth Social to be allowing streaming.
Don't you know they
all
already
over it,
do
dude?
it?
I'm gonna freaking corner the black market over there.
Patriot 1195.
You call me True Patriot.
Yeah, True Patriot 9915.
69 420.
That is freaking hilarious.
You can't take my guns. You can't take my weed.
We just have, what was the name of the podcast that we said it was like the special exclusive one? Was it the Oreo podcast? I forgot what it was. I can't remember what it was, but anyway.
That's right. That's for our Rumble account.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was on our Rumble account. Oh my god.
Between them.
Folks. Thank you for listening to episode number 207 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. As always, we will be back again next week with a brand new set of different kinds of gaming topics. But if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. We release it on all podcast services on every week on Monday mornings. So there's absolutely no reason to miss out on all sexy voices. Ooh. Oh, guys! Also, be sure to go check out the newest episode of Pop Culture Gems, where I interview Jordan Dash Cruz, an awesome voice actor who is in a lot of different anime and video game series as well. So, once again, guys, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing out. Y'all, take it easy.